they had -2 degrees of extension, I'm probably going to have to help things out a little bit by putting a support underneath the gastroc so that allows the patient to get full extension if it's there, and you'll be able to measure it because now your goniometer can fit over the way it's supposed to without banging into the table. Okay, see if he has pretty close to 0 degrees of extension, and I'm trying to, with Doug, it's not going to be quite as big a deal because he has enough muscle mass that, okay. I'm betting, because I can't tell from this side, but from the way my hands are positioned, I'm betting that does not say 0. Is that correct? Okay. Is your knee straight? Okay. So you see what I mean?
You're about 4 there.
Yeah. So if he's close, and I allow the leg to just be on the table, we're not going to be sure if he's got 0. We want to be sure. I'm sure you guys have all heard the statement, close enough for government work. It's only close enough for government work is if you're within 2 degrees. And that's not going to get me within 2 degrees. So we need to prop up the lower extremity, put a towel underneath the leg distal to the knee joint so that we have plenty of space. Okay? Now, you guys should all have your books open to hip flexion or knee flexion and extension. So you should know where your fulcrum goes, do you? Where does the fulcrum go?
Condyle.
Lateral to condyle, okay. And then my proximal fixed arm is going to be the greater trochanter. My distal moving arm is going to be the lateral malleolus. Okay, once I have my landmark, once I have goniometer positioned on my landmarks, I'm going to cue my patient, okay, I'd like you to straighten your knee as straight as you can get it. So he pushes down into the table, and now I have 0. Relax. Okay? But you're not going to know if the big portion of your goniometer is sitting down on the table. There's no way you're going to know for sure that that patient has 0 degrees of extension. And they might even have hyperextension, greater than, okay? They might not if they've had an injury, but if you're toward the end of their therapy, they might be achieving 3 to 5 degrees of hyper knee extension, okay? And that's not uncommon, all right? If any of you saw me a while ago when I went into ankle dorsiflexion, when we were looking at gastroc flexibility, you saw my heel come up off the table. It's because I do have that hyperextension in my knee. I don't have a lot of hypermobile joints, but my knee's one of them. Okay, so I've looked at his active extension. Then I'm going to apply gentle overpressure to see if I can go any further. And now I've got 5 degrees of hyperextension. Okay? So what I'm going to do, he went from 0, and when I applied overpressure, I got 5. Okay? So I can do 0 to 5 degrees, and I would designate it hyperextension. Okay? Or, yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. Now, if I want to look at flexion, I'm just going to move my towel out of the way, and I'm going to say, okay, Doug, I'd like you to lift your foot up, bring your knee towards your chest, bring your heel towards your buttock. Is that as far as you can go? And yes, I'm doing it on this side so you guys can see. Otherwise, I'd be on that side. I'm on my lateral malleolus, greater trochanter, and my lateral epicondyle. Same landmarks, okay? And when I look here, I have, let me ask you what it means. 140 degrees, not bad. But you know what? I'm sure he's got more. So now I got to apply my overpressure. And now I have 143. Okay? So we can document this a couple of different ways.